Hello. It's been a long time. But we're back nevertheless. So today's video is gonna be a lot quicker, a lot shorter, essentially. So I'm gonna be talking about how the company that you're keeping right now is stopping those manifestations from coming in. The company you're keeping right now are the reasons your manifestations are not coming in as yet. And I'm going to start this off with a quick story time to explain to you guys how. So, throughout my entire life, I was actually blessed with parents that put me in a lot of activities. I mean, I started ballet when I was 2. I've been not like an overachiever, but I've always been quite a talented kid. So, my parents always put me in places where my gifts could shine, and in return that helped me gain a high self-esteem at a very young age. I've always had a very good level of confidence, maybe even more then than I do now. So yeah, my parents always put me in things, and I always had like a very high confidence, but I mean, you're a child. You don't use the labels of I'm pretty, I'm cool. And believe it or not, back then, a lot of people, how can I say this? I wasn't the beauty standard, but because of my energy and the way I carried myself, I still got people and I still got complimented. Like, essentially, and this will go to another video, but as I said, the way you see yourself is what you're gonna get from life. If you're gonna see yourself as ugly, you're gonna act ugly and people are gonna treat you as ugly. I was not considered the beauty standard back then, but because of the way I carried myself, I couldn't tell. Essentially, I couldn't tell. I genuinely could not tell. Like, genuinely growing up, I could not tell. So even when my looks started to improve according to society standards, it's like my brain wasn't catching up. Like, dude, this is how the world sees you now. You know what I mean? But I always had a really good confidence, right? So I had a friend, right? She was an Aquarius, super cool, super nonchalant, super different in primary school. And when I got to high school, we stayed friends, and her sister was very popular at the time. So because she was Miss Big Booty, licious, slim, thick, before thick was even a trend. Like, guys, she was thick. She had gat. She had bunda, she had nyash, right? And obviously she was a gorgeous girl and super different. So I always saw her get attention and stuff. And to be honest, as I said, although I never thought of myself as beautiful, believe it or not, you don't need to think you're beautiful to have a high self-esteem, because I was good at so many things and I loved my personality. So there were a lot of things going for me. So I was generally always happy for her, you know. I looked up to her in a way and I admired her so much. And then we had a crush on the same boy. Kat, if you see this, my brother, you you caused some things. If you're watching this right now, you caused some things. Katleo. Yes, you, my brother. So essentially, you had a crush on the same guy, and he was like the popular dude and whatever, right? Now, how can I say this? So essentially, we like the same guy, but I never went for him because she had more access to them. I mean, her sister was popular, so they could go out and stuff like that. And I never really had access to like people. Like, I don't really talk to boys, really. I still don't. But yeah, so essentially, I always felt insignificant next to her. And this was not my own doing. She used to call me anorexic. Keep in mind, she was thick. I'm in grade 9. Is that thing moving? Oh no. Just ignore it. So she used to call me anorexic. She used to talk down on me a lot, and I stayed friends with her because obviously you're still young. You don't know boundaries and things like that. So I used to stay friends with her. She used to tell me that I look anorexic. She always used to make fun of how quirky or weird or isolated I was. she used to make fun of the way my voice. So my voice is actually, I'm actually a very soft-spoken person naturally. Like my voice is not loud. Even if maybe I'm screaming right now, and this is me screaming, but my voice is not loud. So having a softer voice, she would literally like kind of tear me apart. And I thought that was normal until one day she called me anorexic in front of her sister, and her sister looked at me like, "Are you gonna take that?" You see? So I never thought I was as popular or as pretty or could get the guys that they could. And then I get to grade 11 and all of these gents are literally crying for my attention. And I was asked as an MD, cat again. And yeah, we went to his MD and whatever, and it was super nice. And they were so hateful. They were hating on the fact I wore braids to the MD. This is South Africa, girl. Braids are not ratchet here, okay? Yes, this is South Africa. Braids are not ratchet here, baby. And look at me now, baby. So what the hell? So essentially, yeah, I had a lot of people that always stunted on me, and it normally came from people that were my closest friends. And it was only years later, now that I'm in university, when I had to, well, now that I'm on my manifesting journey, I'm building that manifestation muscle, that power. And the thing about manifesting is it brings out your blockages. What are these limiting beliefs that were holding you back? So I have been manifesting my dream body, nah? Guys, I kid you not, nah? I write down how I see myself and did I want for myself. I became thick. I'm not thick anymore, but I was thick. Big boobs. This was like 2 years ago, even. Big boobs, big butt. I was super thick. I looked like, And then when I started to, as like, I'm on a different journey now. I lost the weight. I'm a slender queen. Shout out right now. But when I lost the weight, and I still didn't feel good about myself. I had to see, what is it? And then I remembered all those negative connotations with being slim that she used to tell me. And it actually stuck with me for a very long time. You know what I mean? So this is why I'm saying that people can interfere with your manifestations, because you're going to start manifesting things out of a place to compensate. And that's not even what you want. You know what I mean? That's not even who you want to be. I could have been the cool girl this entire time, but because of the company that I kept, that see the light inside of you and they want to suppress it. Because some people are intimidated by you. Dude, you guys were my friends and nobody was like Rita. So yeah, in all. And it was only like years later that I found out that guys were asking for my number. She never invited me out to these places. And she never told me when somebody asked for my number. Not once. An op. She was an op. She was an op. Okay. So essentially, yes. That's just one example. Out of, like, I've had an unfortunate situation where I had karmic friendships. People that saw my light and try to suppress it, try to stomp it out. They don't encourage you to be like, bro, start that YouTube channel. They don't encourage you to say, start that makeup business. They don't encourage you to tell you, oh, do this, do that, right? And yes, you guys are having fun and all of that, right? But listen to the things that they say. Listen to the things that they say, dude. Listen to, watch people's actions and see, are these people actually, do they want me to get as big as possible? Would they still be comfortable around me if I actually had to tap into my potential, right? Some people are, like, not even some, dude. Like, okay, right now, I use a lot of mental alchemy, right? So if you do hate on me, even if it's a little, just know I'm going to get prettier, I'm going to get richer, and I'm going to get more fulfilled. I have literally rigged the universe in such a way, from every time somebody wishes to see me down, I will only rise. Every time you give me a nasty look, I'm going to shine somewhere else. I've literally rigged the universe. I'm not joking. Like, I mean, so yes, guys, honestly speaking, we're on a very important journey. We're creating the lives that we want, and we're becoming the people that we are want to be. I won't lie, I am the girl that I wanted to be. I'm pretty sure 15-year-old me is looking at me like, oh, my girl. You know? And even when I looked at myself, I'm like, damn, what was stopping me all this time from carrying myself this way? Because nothing changed. I'm still me. You know what I mean? So that's when you need to start looking at the company that you keep, dude. Like, it could be your family, it could be your friends, but you need, and actually, and I know this is gonna hurt some people, man. Start with your family. If you're having problems with your manifestations coming through, if you're having problems with your self image, how you view yourself, if you're having problems with your relationships, if you're not attracting good relationships, you need to look at your family. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the relationship you have with your siblings. Look at the relationships you have with your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncles. Think about the types of things that they used to say to you. And ask yourself, has this created a limiting belief in my life? Has this made me condone things that are not okay? Have I picked up my people pleasing tendencies from you people? Okay? Because you are still a separate entity. You need to evaluate your family, actually. You guys need to look into that. And you'll tell me how you feel. What I would suggest is just writing down a diary and, you know, just from your childhood, off the top of your head, think about the things that people did to you or said to you. So, yeah, you need to actually reevaluate. So, what I suggest, get a diary, write down what they said, how it made you feel, don't justify it. Next person. What they said, how it made you feel, don't justify it. Then look at it again and be like, are these beliefs helping me get to where I need to go? If not, release it. Say, they always told me to eat to gain weight because they said I was too skinny. And then be like, that pissed me off. And then be like, no, but being slender is a flex in the society, innit? It is a flex, dude. There's a lot of things that you have flexes on, that you have good qualities as well. And then people are going to come in your head and tell you that those things aren't cool. But that is one of the things that make you you and actually have your superpower. You know what I mean? You could have a gap in your teeth and people are telling you whatever, whatever. And then you're going to be like, nah. So essentially, bruh, you need to look at the company you keep. Your manifestations do want to come through. You do want to be the person you want. But look at the people around you, my guy. And also, you need to learn how to detach. You need to learn how to detach. I've been called cold many times in my life. I'm actually a very warm, emotional person. I just don't have that on the forefront for a majority of the time, guys. I'm a woman in STEM, okay? I use my brain. So, essentially, yeah. And this part might seem hard for some people. You need to learn to cut people off. Like, I mean, like, you don't even have to do an explanation. The thing with girl breakups, you guys want to drag things out, you want to say your part, you want to cry, you're still looking for something from that person, nah. And it's pathetic. We need to stop doing that. I'm not going to pamper things that won't help you. When you're breaking up with people, your friend, your whatever, 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 nah, please do the healing before you make that decision. Because if you don't do the healing before you make that decision, you're going to say, okay, bye, out of my life, dramatic crying. You're going to traumatize yourself further because chances are you're going to become friends with that person again. Or you're going to leave this room for redemption from these people. Because yes, you're saying I don't want to be friends with you, or I don't want to be in a relationship with you, but you're not doing it because you're standing on business. You're doing it because you hope that that will scare them into changing. Nah, we don't do that here, bruh. Here, we don't chase, we attract. On this side, we're not pulling tactics, hoping people become better people to us. We get what we want or we move on. You either give me good energy or this conversation is done. You need to stop being desperate for friends. You need to stop being desperate for company. Yes, as humans, it is natural. No man is an island, right? But don't be desperate, because now you're accepting bare minimum from people just because, and these people are holding you back, but because you're scared of letting them go. I know it's going to be hard in the beginning, but the more you stand on business, the easier it becomes. Like, trust me. So, yes, when I drop the next video and I find out that you're still talking to that girl after she told so and so you did what and what, you're going to piss me off, bro. You're going to get a beating. A dirty slap. I'm going to give you a dirty slap. As your older sister, as your fairy godmother, I don't want that for you. And to be honest, I'm not going to be nice about it. Because it is weird pick me behavior to try and be nice to like people that have wronged you. Why can't you just walk away and leave them? But that's for the next video. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to chat like this again. You know, it's a bit informal this time, a bit more personal. So hopefully you guys can put your own story there and think about it, meditate on it. And I will be doing subliminals. Yes, making my own subs. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make your own subs as well. Because hearing your own voice, ha, magic. Magic, I'm telling you. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.